Yeah,
okay.
We're
already going.
I know, but we can still just.
We're just gonna do that.
Alright, I already put section for intro. Alright, what's the intro bit?
Okay. So...
Intro to the actual channel. What we're gonna do, which is the podcast. We should talk about what the podcast is. Like, it's like what is this like? Yesterday I came up with it's a teenage variety podcast.
Basically,
a teenage variety podcast.
Yep.
It's about our shared interests.
Yeah.
And things that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, everyone. This is Three Guys, One Couch, as you probably guessed by now. This has really started because we play Xbox, but we would sit in these Xbox parties and talk absolute shit about everything and everyone. And we're like, what? We need to share these moments. So that's what we're trying to do with this podcast is hopefully share these moments with more people. And
they get in depth. Like, we go full on in depth in these conversations.
Sometimes it's a bit too much. But
sometimes it's too much.
That's what we have the podcast for. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of tone things down a bit. Kind of.
Yep. And I mean, and that's kind of what we want to do here. We just want to still talk our same shit, but hopefully, we think other people will be interested in that. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. So this is with Ilias Lemsden.
What?
This is Kyle Sparrow, and then I'm Ryan Sheehan.
Are you recording?
Yes, we're recording.
Okay.
I can double check.
Okay, we'll cut.
No, this is fun. This is
organic.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is organic.
So, this has been a long time coming. I've been putting this set together for the past 3 days.
Like, Ryan has non-stop work on this set. It looks amazing, but he's been working non-stop. Like, me and Ilya haven't done shit.
That's true.
It still could use some improvement.
Yeah,
we'll add some jerseys on the wall here.
Just right here, too.
Yeah. My favorite part's the cow. Yeah. I mean, I think that brings it all together. Honestly.
Yeah. Cow's MVP.
We tried to fill it with items that kind of describe what our interests, what we want to talk about.
Like our personalities as well. Like, we all love soccer, and we all like Legos. Mm-hmm. And we all like cows as well.
We love music. We had the vinyls going just before. We still have this speaker hooked up. Yep. Obviously, we like soccer. Little mention to golf here. We're all kind of trash at golf, but
that's fair.
Putting game. My putting game is the worst out of all three of them.
Yeah,
I would say.
I agree.
One thing that you can't really tell. Well, we're obviously, well, not obviously, but we're big fans of F1. So we'll definitely talk about stuff like that as well. We do have cars.
Like, if there's an F1 race coming up, we're gonna go in depth on who we think is gonna win, what we think the podium's gonna be, who we think is gonna win the championship this year, because it's kind of a tight race, and talk about the tracks we like, talk about the new F1 game coming out, F1 22. So we're just gonna talk in depth about all F1 stuff eventually, and that should be a fun episode.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about things that interest us, things that maybe we understand, and some things that we don't understand. We can talk about really anything. You know? Some sports that we don't look at, but also the ones that we do like. You know?
Yeah, and then eventually we'll have our TV set up, so we can do live reactions to shit, hopefully, and just things like that. We just really want it to be really authentic. Like, this is us. Like, we just are excited to have these conversations in front of a camera and stuff like that.
Like, this is our first. We're teenagers. This is our first time doing anything remotely close to this.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get as close as possible to the best we can do as of right now, because as of right now we're teenagers at the end of the day, and we're just trying to learn, and we're trying to progress in the podcast world. If you want to,
having fun.
Yeah, main goal is to have fun. This is just a summer project. We're just gonna have fun with it, and I guess we'll just have fun with it.
So we did all just graduate.
Yeah.
So how was that for you, Kyle? How did your graduation go?
I told myself I couldn't believe that I was graduating high school because, like...
Such bullshit.
No,
Such bullshit.
I was like... I told myself I was going to cry at, like, the graduation ceremony, but...
Did you cry?
Surprisingly, I didn't.
I didn't either.
And basically what ended up happening was, we saw the senior slideshow, and I was like, okay, I'm not in the senior slideshow, because I didn't give any pictures.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the slideshow... apparently, I was on the senior slideshow.
Yeah.
I missed it.
So everyone got to see. And basically what it was is my school did a spirit day where we had to dress up as a person, like a staff member at our school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So my bright idea was to grab a suit, grab a tie, grab some dress shoes, and dress up as my principal.
Oh, great.
And what ended up happening is...
Is it still the guy with the big suit, the oversized suit?
Yes.
Remember he
Oh
gave
my
it to
God.
Bands
Bro.
in Fertitta?
Dude.
The Durango principal, he's like...
I think so.
The
This
guy,
tall-ass guy
was
with
like
a big-ass suit?
He's tall. And basically what happened was I was in the video production class,
Yeah.
and I would do weather. And basically what they had me do is they had me have this B-Tech walkie-talkie. Like, it wasn't even a walkie-talkie at all. It wasn't even a walkie-talkie at all.
walkie-talkie.
And it was like this plug-in thing. Like, it was
Yeah.
a plug-in thing. So I had to, like, radio in, and I had to give the weather. I had to give the quote that he said. And basically, the picture was of me holding that thing, acting like it was a walkie-talkie. No one had...
context.
I don't think anyone had any context on what was
So
going on.
they just saw you talking to a
They saw me in a
in a
suit.
huge ass
They
suit.
saw me in a suit. They saw the weather to, like, the right or left of me.
Yeah.
And me talking into the walkie-talkie. That's all they saw.
Great. Ours, I teared up at our senior slideshow.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't think I was gonna be included in, but the prom pictures.
Yeah.
The prom pictures were really.
I
funny.
I wouldn't say I was more sad. I was more shocked that
Was-
4 years went by that
Yeah.
fast.
Was that at your graduation or was that?
That was at the graduation.
Oh, we had it. We didn't have it at our
We
graduation.
had it during rehearsal.
Because
Yeah.
basically everyone sat down and then we would look up at the projection screen and it would just be pictures that were sent in.
We
And
should have had it at our graduation. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
everyone's eyes were locked on that screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everyone in the Orleans Arena was locked in on the screen. So
Definitely.
yeah, that was pretty cool. But it wasn't more that I was sad that that I was going away from high school. It was more I was shocked because we had the pandemic
Mm-hmm.
junior year,
Mhm.
so that really didn't get to. We didn't get to really experience junior year, and like they're like junior year is the most important year, and like we took our ACTs that year,
Yeah.
we did all this stuff, but we couldn't experience it because I think we were online, and
Mhm.
then basically what ended up happening was we would go back in school, but you'd still have online classes after you exited school, which was like because I know
Oh,
you're,
for the hybrid?
yeah
Yeah.
because your guys' schedule was way different than mine because you guys have 8 classes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 6, but we would only have 3 per day.
What?
And
oh my god.
How does that...
and
That doesn't make any sense.
to make things worse for you guys, our breaks were like an hour long. Like we'd have a 30-minute class and then an hour and 30-minute break.
What?
We'd have an hour and 30-minute break.
Wait, how long was the class?
30 minutes.
Bro, what?
30 minutes. So you go to a Google Meet or a Zoom or whichever thing it was, and you'd stay there for 30 minutes. Basically, what would happen is you'd get instruction for 30 minutes, and then you'd have independent work.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
I was like 30 minutes.
It was like they wanted you to do work in their
No one did
work.
shit, though.
No one did it.
Yeah.
Let's be real. No one
think
did
kids are gonna do
anything.
shit.
It was more like a resting time because I think
Yeah.
more than half, actually, probably all the people at my school legit slept during.
Yeah, to be fair, during my classes, I always just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Not to ruin my educational
Like,
integrity.
I would
but,
literally,
you know.
they give the online instruction, right? I'd set a timer, like I'd wake up, I'd set a timer on my phone for 30 minutes because that's how long the class was.
Yeah.
And basically what would happen is I'd set the timer would go off, I wouldn't hear it. I'm still asleep.
Yeah.
So it's just me and my teacher sitting in this.
Yes,
Google Meet,
they would wake me
sitting in
up.
this Google Meet.
They're like, Ilya,
They're
where are you?
They're like, do you have any questions? I was like, and then I just left the call.
I was like, oh no, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I just passed out.
I was focusing on my work. Sorry.
It was that year was an interesting.
Okay, but would you take it back for actual like real? Because I personally, I don't think I would.
In terms of the classes I had,
Because I feel like it's gonna benefit us in the future. Not like, but like for college, the pandemic has really helped with like making it not easy, but making it less stressful.
Yeah.
I would say, for me personally, online school was horrible because
really?
I couldn't find motivation to do anything.
Yeah, me too.
For tests, like waking up, doing the test, it would be a struggle.
And it was just so easy to cheat. Like, what's the point of you doing it? Like,
the amount of times
I am
I've
sure
fucking cheated.
so many people cheat.
Yeah, like there's no point of even doing it normally. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Like, who's gonna yell at you?
100%.
I actually got caught once.
Really?
I almost got caught. How did you get caught?
You remember?
Yeah.
We had biology junior year, and this guy was like, he would be like, dude, I need help. I'm gonna fucking fail this test. I'd be like, alright, dude, you can't put exactly what I'm putting though. On one test, this guy put word for word exactly what I put. And so,
Oh my god.
and so I knew the shit hit the fan because, he was like, alright, everyone, I'm gonna say bye to everyone, but can Ryan and stay in the meet? And I was just like, no!
Anytime a teacher tells you to stay after class, even if it's like
it's
in school or
terrible.
remote, it's
It's bad news. And I was just like, this is fucked. And so he's like, alright, I'm gonna take to a breakout room. And then he was in there for a while, and then he came back, he's like, Ryan, you can leave. And this was right before hybrid schedule. So I ended up going back to school, like, for the hybrid. That was my next class, was in-person bio. First of all, it only had 2 to 3 people in it. It was me. Right, anyway, what were we saying?
Anyways,
so
you can finish.
go to hybrid schedule, and so we have, and that was it, and me, and we're sitting there with Mr. Fouts. Respect to Mr. Fouts, he's a great teacher. But after the bell rang, he was like, or no, it was during class. He was like, Ryan, can I talk to you outside for a second?
Dude. Anytime a teacher pulls you outside, you know it's
He's like, I know you cheated.
Yeah.
I know you
He's
cheated.
like, so he was like,
You're expelled.
you and another student had like very similar answers.
very
Very similar.
answers.
And he was like, is there anyone that you're like friends with, like, do you talk to in this class? And then I thought like I could give a little and get a little, so I was like, I was like, well, I talk to every now and then. You know what I mean?
Oh my
God.
That's the worst thing you could have.
He's gonna expose him, but like gently.
Yeah.
If that
That's
makes
the
sense.
worst thing you could have. I kind of talked to Tim.
And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, fuck, no! Why did I do that? And he was like, what do you guys talk? I was just like, I mean, I like help him every once in a while, like if he like with his homework and stuff like that, and like he was like, oh, okay. So just so you know, if I'm not gonna report this to Mr. Gebbia, but you guys cannot do that again. And I was just like, I was like, okay.
Okay, my
like,
bad.
He obviously knew that we just fucking cheated on a test.
Yeah, if he's like, I won't report it. Like, was it like a major test? Or
It was like one of our last unit exams of the year.
I think it's unit exam, really?
Yeah, and so he was just like,
Why didn't you just search it up on his phone?
I don't know, dude. That's what I was doing.
Do you think?
That's what you were.
Yeah.
I legit have a question. Do you think if a teacher said to you, if you were taking a test, let's say it wasn't an important test, and they're like, if you talk, I will take the test away, rip it, and give it a 0. There have been many times.
That's happened to me.
Many times where I have talked, like I've talked my ass off, like 'cause I talk a lot in class. I have not gotten my test ripped up and stuff.
Okay. So I had this. Okay, this was in my I think freshman Spanish class. I forgot her name, but she was such. Okay, sorry. She was such a bitch. She was such a bitch, dude. She was so mean. She was so rude. Like, and like, oh my god, I hate her. And then, so I had this class with this is we all know we went to middle school.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out for Tita Middle School.
Oh my god. We are sitting here right now editing this podcast.
Oh my god.
You said shout out.
We keep name dropping. I'm sorry.
What do you mean we? It's you two.
I did it once. What do you mean? I said it once. I said his name once. Ryan said it 8 times.
Okay.
He name dropped. He name dropped 8 times in like 10 minutes.
I'm sorry for all the bleeps, okay? We just can't be putting out people's business.
Oh my
god. So, there's gonna be more. We just want to let you know. Just hang in there, please. We're sorry. We're sorry, but we'll learn next time, because now we have to sit here and edit every fucking name drop, so.
Gosh, bro.
Yeah,
that place.
That's the middle school we all went to
Middle school was
together.
amazing.
That's where we kind of met, but that's where we kind of like made fun of Kyle. So.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Anyways, to this story. So this is all.
That's where Ilya made fun of Kyle.
No, I did not make. No, I did not make fun of you.
You know what?
I laughed at.
Let's
someone
tell the
making
story
fun.
right now.
I laughed at someone making fun of him. Okay.
Just for context.
This is before I knew Kyle.
Just for context. So.
If you lie, I'm gonna kill you.
In middle school, I was probably, arguably, one of the most annoying people. No, I was the most annoying. In my eyes, I was the most annoying. Like people, like I've heard stories in high school.
Some people hated you,
dude. Oh, a lot of people hated me. So basically, what happened was, people tell me in high school, like, oh my gosh, thank goodness you matured, because you were the worst in that middle school. I was like,
oh my god.
I was like, hey, I'm not gonna
it
say
wasn't
no.
even that bad.
No.
The thing is, I think what pissed people off is I would just talk nonstop, and like I'd get on their bad side, quote unquote. Like I'd make jokes that weren't funny. I'd kind of be.
You were just a middle schooler. It's not anything different.
But also, kids would just fucking fuck with you all the time.
True.
It's because you were skinny and small.
Yeah.
Like
that's...
since I'm skinny, like you know, I actually thank middle school because I can take shit. Like because of that, I can take.
I gave you really thick skin.
I can take a lot. Like,
but.
Words don't get to me that much anymore.
I remember, like, I didn't become like friends with you, but we became like acquaintances. When I found out we both played Dokkan, and then
I literally like I heard of Ilya because do you remember Miss Hernandez's class that one time?
Yeah.
So the only reason like I met him in that middle school, this guy. He goes, so they're sitting in a computer lab.
Okay, can I explain this?
Yes.
Is this the story?
It is so crazy.
Ryan was actually there.
I was right behind this guy. I was
this was like spreading around the school. I was like, oh my god.
Okay. Let me say.
No way.
This is a legendary story.
Oh my god.
This is a legendary story.
Okay. So we're gonna ignore the last story. I'll come back to that one later.
Yeah.
I'll talk about this one. Okay, so this is for Tita Middle School. This is the middle school we all go to, and this is our last year. This is our quote unquote senior year of middle school. So
8th grade.
Yeah, this is 8th grade. 8th grade.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like
you
that.
said last year.
Listen, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
We have this English teacher named Miss Hernandez. We've all shared this teacher, but only Ryan and I had the same period with her, so we didn't really talk to Kyle.
Yeah.
Then,
Mm-hmm.
and we had this project. We had this. I don't remember what the fucking project is. I don't think any of us remember. What even was it?
I have no idea.
Was it the social justice project, or was it the?
It was,
we were like typing something.
It was in the computer lab.
We were in the computer lab.
Yeah.
We were typing.
Yeah.
We were typing.
This project took a slide, and I had my partner was Tim. No, not Tim.
Yeah.
It was like a big kid called.
Huh.
So we call him. And we she would give us time to do the project, but it would be like 10 minutes at the end of class.
Yeah.
And then she would yell, get mad at us, or get frustrated at us for not doing anything in the project, because she's like, I gave you time, but you didn't really give us time, did you? You gave us the end of class to actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're in the computer lab, and one day she's getting frustrated at us. She's never in class. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You weren't there for a little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't there for a little. I think
you literally had no.
I think I went to Italy, France, and then England. I had a tour with my dad and with my family. I came back. I'm like, Mr. Hernandez, shut the fuck up! Not literally, but shut.
She was yelling at you. She was like, "What are you doing?"
She would never teach us anything.
Yeah.
You know, I started yelling and just started like criticizing for her not really being a teacher.
Yeah.
She was just someone that stood there.
Yeah.
And then like I just didn't really like her. Like she didn't teach. I didn't really like her as a teacher.
She had a good attitude.
Her teaching style it was
very like pushy.
I wrote this in the group chat. It was just like a kind of an analysis on her, but like she tried so hard to be like politically correct.
She tried to appeal, like she tried
to all audiences.
She
tried to appeal to our generation to a point where it just came off as ignorant.
Especially in 8th grade. Like, we're almost freshmen in high school. Like you basically, it's very, very hard to get it perfect.
It's very, very hard to
get
it.
It is very hard.
It was like very like woke. You know what I mean? It was just like pushing shit onto us, and everyone was just like not vibing with it.
It came off as ignorant to every other audience that she did not actually.
That she didn't agree with.
She really like tried to like get with like the girls. Like she would always like put them on a higher pedestal compared to men.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Like, bitch, we're fucking like 10 years old. Like,
but like, so I'm yelling at her, saying like, you haven't done anything for this class. I haven't learned anything from you for the past goddamn year. And she's like starting to tear up. She's like, I don't know what do you want me to do? I'm an English teacher. I'm like, what do you mean English teacher? Teach me something. And so this happened. I think like one of our classmates, he's like, bro, you have to stop. And then my guy was like hiding.
Dude, behind you, I'm sitting behind you, and like I'm sitting right behind him. And he's like, you haven't taught us anything. What are you doing? Like we just come here and we just fucking talk. Like you don't do shit. Like just like I'm like grabbing his shoulders. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. What are you doing? You're gonna fucking die. And so like he keeps going. I'm just like, I can't watch this. So I put my head down. I was like, this is fucking
insane.
On
a rant. Like you ain't
I'm going in on her.
You ain't
I'm not gonna stop. I want her to leave the room. And then so
the whole class gets quiet.
Yeah, the whole class gets quiet. This ends. And she's like, all right, everyone, get to work or some shit like that. And then she sent me to like sit next to her.
Yeah. She's like, Ilya, come over here.
I was like, oh shit. And like we're just talking about like how like, okay, if you need help, I can just help you. I'm like, oh, alright. And then it just ends, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I feel like she started respecting me more after. Like,
yeah.
She was like, you're writing really good poems. I'm like, oh, I'm like, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Trying to get on your
if not, I'm like, get the fuck on your ass. Yeah.
I remember that day because I had third period.
The second I came out of the room, everyone was like, people who I didn't
knew before we even left the class.
That
I was
thing
like, spread like wildfire.
It spread so like I remember like I'm in third period English. I get out. I hear a person over talking like, "Did you hear this?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, he said like when are we gonna learn?" So I was like, no way he said that to her.
I already know all the girls in that class were just like, oh my god, you won't believe what the fuck just happened.
But like, I didn't even think like people knew who I even really who I was. That really like sealed it.
That's one of the memories that from Fertitta, like that is vivid. Like I remember that day. Like I was like, no way he said this. Like no way. He legit said it to a like it went like discreetly like. Full blown said it to the team. I was like,
he was like, we haven't learned anything.
I
was like, damn, bro.
I came home and I was like, yo, I'm dead. By the way, I just yelled at a teacher, called her a bitch, basically. And he's like, oh,
did she?
Right, cool.
Yeah,
she didn't do anything. No, she didn't do anything. She never brought it up. Nothing ever happened from it. It's just like,
I saw her recently.
Oh yeah.
So and I wanna touch on this because it was so awkward. So a friend that we won't mention her name, she had a graduation party, and her family, you guys know who it is.
Yeah.
And so she had a graduation party, and her mom happens to be, I guess, good friends with Miss Hernandez.
Yeah, the teacher I yelled at.
And everyone, like, so we're all still pretty good friends. Like, at least the person who was hosting the party was still pretty good friends with a lot of kids from Fertitta who she invited. And so... And we, some of us knew that she's like a family friend of Miss Hernandez. And so we were all like, dude, is she going to be there? She was like, yeah, she's going to be there, but she'll probably leave at a certain time. Because, like, all of her family was supposed to leave at, like, 6 or whatever. So, like, all her friends could, like, come hang out and swim. So everyone was kind of like, okay, because, like, no one really wanted to be there to, like, see Miss Hernandez. Like, it's not, like, disrespectful or anything, but it's just, like, awkward. You know what I mean? It's just like
there's
like weird history, and like we don't really want to like. It wasn't like it's not like she was like
someone you know.
Like it's not like she killed one of the students. It's just like no one really fucks with her.
Yeah, you didn't really enjoy her.
You go from 8th grade to senior year of high school, and like
you kind of want to forget about her.
You have memories of the class,
but not of her.
But not of like the teaching style and all that stuff.
And like you can't. It was like you can't. You can't just freely slander this woman anymore. Like you could see her. You could fucking go face to face.
I mean,
with
you
her.
can,
but God, like shit, she could be watching this right now.
It's in God's hands,
but,
you know.
Ms. Hernandez, we're just being honest. I'm sorry. Like, and
continue, please.
Camera difficulties. But yeah, so I thought like she should be gone by now. You know what I mean? Like she said to all of us, come at 8 o'clock. She said all her family was leaving at like 7 or some shit. Walk in, the fucking place is bumping like I've never seen it before. And I say hi to her mom. She's walking towards the front door with this is like in their living room, and so she has like a line of people behind her. I look up. I never realized how fucking tall Miss Hernandez was. I don't know if she had heels on. She was
taller than everyone else.
Yeah. And so I look up, or I like saw her out of my peripheral vision or something. I'm like, oh shit, and I like put my head down, and I'm like
shaking.
I'm like, holy fuck, it's Miss Hernandez. It's Miss Hernandez. And so I'm like, holy shit. And then I walk to the backyard, and like all of the freaking Fertitta kids, like most of the kids we know, are hiding behind a fucking water slide in the back corner of the backyard.
Miss Hernandez.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I'm like, guys, she's fucking here! And then run! And I'm like, dude, we know we've been fucking hiding from her this whole time. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm freaking out right now. I don't know what to do. And she like comes back and like she sits down like in the at a table over there talking to people, but like she can like definitely like look around and see us there.
Familiar faces for sure.
Yes, yeah. And so we're like, what the hell, dude? What is
going on?
And this was between. She was sitting between us and the taco stand, and where all the drinks and shit were. So we literally had to navigate around this like awkward conversation the whole night. And so at some point we were all like back there in a group, and like someone said something, and it wasn't about her, but like someone like she looked over apparently, or I look up, she's like looking over there, and I look away, and then I mean the person we were
you already said the name.
I said mom's house?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you said
alright, we're gonna have to bleep that out or something, dude, because that I don't want.
We can ask her. We can ask her if she's okay.
Yeah.
But
person shall not be named.
Yeah. The first mom. Yeah, no. So she looks over, and then the girl was like, dude, she waved at us, and like she's like cordial with her, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And so eventually, like, we're all hanging out like around like by kind of near the taco stand because we're all getting food. My friend, we're all like we're talking about her. He leans in and he's like, dude, she looks the exact same. And I look behind him. Miss Hernandez is like
overarching,
had just gotten into like our circle and is like hearing what's happening. Wow. And she pokes her head and she's like, hey guys, is this where the cool kids
look
hang
at
out?
fucking jump scares.
Yeah. And I'm like, hi, Miss Hernandez. God damn, I have to stop saying names. Our friend, our friend that you guys know, he jumps back. He's like, oh shit. She's like, oh fuck. And I was like, hi, Miss Hernandez. And then she's like, is this where the cool kids hang out? We're like, haha. It was just like she's talking to us like we're 8th graders. I'm like, man, we are
18.
We're fucking adults.
Legal adults.
Yeah. And so,
imagine she listens to
so
this
we're
podcast.
Just like, and she'll fucking come kill me, dude. And she walks away, and we're just like, holy shit, what the fuck? We're just like, damn. But she left after that. Mm. And so, I mean, obviously, like, it's a memory. It's not like we have any bad blood against Mr. Hernandez.
No.
It was just like...
You guys don't.
I mean,
you might.
I might.
It could be, because I think she went from teaching... She went from teaching an elementary school grade level to teaching 8th grade.
That's just how she talks to people like not her age. I think.
Yeah.
But I think
like it's like natural to her at that point.
I think when she went up to 8th grade, I think she taught like elementary school level. So I think
Yeah, she used to. I think pretty sure before.
because that transition from elementary school to 8th grade, that is like
Yeah, because kids are like stupid.
that's
Imagine the shit she was teaching the elementary school kids.
probably.
Oh my god.
Did they have a social justice project?
Oh my god.
We'll talk about that later.
Dude,
but, like,
wait, were you in a class with?
is this about the fat?
Do you
boy?
remember
was.
the
Is this-
fat?
I
Is this the
was.
fat? Yeah, let's just talk about like
This is-
let's just talk about like our middle school
Alright,
shit.
so
like,
basically what happened was these two kids in our.
Let's explain the project.
So basically we had to make. I forgot what the project was.
It was called the Social Justice Project.
Yep.
And so it sounds exactly what it was like.
Yep.
We had to come up with some problem and be like, like looking back.
oh,
this
was
is
this a
low-key-
Swift Star project?
No, this was like we had to find an issue and like.
I don't even remember what mine is.
But like some kids were not like taking the bait because it was pretty obvious. She's like pushing this kind of like politically correct like liberal kind of shit on us.
liberal ideas.
Yeah, and so like I'm not like it is what it is. Like I'm not. It's just I don't know if it should be. It should be. It's fine. I don't know if it should have been like pushed on us like that. So some kids like kind of saw what was happening and kind of trolled her. And so we just had to make a presentation discussing a problem and like the
How to solve
solutions
it.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The direction she wanted us to go was like, we need to stop sexism in the workplace or like
Dude,
homophobia.
What was
or,
she expecting when she's like,
It-
"There's a problem. We need a solution to middle schoolers."
It was
Yeah.
a very interesting.
Yes,
You're
and
asking
some
direction
people,
asking for
Yeah.
some shit
Yeah.
to happen.
like some people just took the absolute piss out of it and just like
Ugh,
like
man.
they would have been canceled if it was today. Like if
I think
like
one of the options was to do a video. I don't think you had to do a video.
You could do like a slide
You
or
can do a
anything.
slideshow
Yeah.
presentation. You can do a project.
Just a presentation. So
yeah.
I want to hear. I want to.
Yeah,
This is
so-
from your point of view.
Okay,
Now,
so-
there's one project that
so I'm
stood out
in this
in
class, so I think it was third period.
There's a few.
English.
It was like I don't.
Basically, what happened was these two students they did a video on
Fat people,
obesity.
obesity. Yeah.
How obesity was like dangerous.
And-
basically how it was bad.
and basically
Yeah.
what ended up happening.
Or like why body positivity is like bad or like not you know what I mean like some,
it can lead to negative things.
yeah. And so for context, Miss Hernandez was kind of like not the thinnest one of us out there. You know what I mean?
We're
So-
just slating Miss Hernandez this episode.
So there was some fireworks coming for sure with this idea of a project. that
Like-
they were doing.
The direction that she wanted to go with it was. I'm just gonna say interesting.
Yeah,
It was like you give 8th grade students this kind of
This
project.
opportunity
She wanted us to
speak
be
their
like
mind.
super woke and you know what I mean.
So it was about that, and she stopped the video like midway, and is like, "Is this offensive to anyone like in the class?"
Well, first of all, the video was like.
Oh my god.
Being body positive towards obesity is dangerous because it could lead to like health effects,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
leads
not
to
it's
health-
not healthy. You could
Yeah.
like end your life early, and like she was over there like with steam coming out of her ears,
Yeah.
and then
So then she ended up stopping the video, and I don't know. I can't remember what happened after that, but I don't know what the grade they got on the
probably
project.
not good.
Probably not great.
But like in hindsight, you give 8th graders that type of project.
And
That I
we
wouldn't
wonder why
s-
she hated all the boys.
there was a kid who's like, there's like always like this like one weird like politically like weird kid that's like really into like communism. There,
Yes.
and this one kid one time we had a final exam in our math class,
Oh my God.
and like we had time after. This motherfucker pulls out Mein Kampf out of his backpack, which is basically Adolf Hitler's like manifesto
Yeah.
or some shit like that.
So he was all fucked up.
I'm like, you're 12 years old.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the
Yeah.
fucking with Hitler's book?
This guy would have
And
like,
these
but that made
kids-
no sense because Hitler was a fascist, and he was like he wanted
So-
communism, and
he's
he
so
wore
pro-commun-
fucking Soviet symbols on his.
Dude,
He wore. I feel like the American flag would fit perfectly with this story. He would wear like Soviet memorabilia or shit on his like jacket,
Yeah,
and then he pulls out a fascist.
I guarantee you he stole my fucking Russia America pin that my grandpa gave me.
Oh,
I lost Nefertiti, but there's no way he didn't steal that shit. I guarantee you. But like this relates to your story because these kids have crazy ass ideas. If you give them the opportunity to speak their mind about these things, it's going to get out of hand. I don't know how Mr. Hernandez didn't realize that.
There's gonna be turmoil for sure.
He was probably okay with that.
I'm pretty sure he was partners with the other kid for the fat people.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he was.
Like
she was probably all over the place.
Like
we'll double check.
The directions of the instructions of the project, they were like I would understand giving high schoolers that project.
Yeah, because we are not like as stupid.
Middle school, that's
you're asking to get like
a toxic situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but upon memories of remembering middle school, like I think one of the most vivid memories I would say is when you guys were in advanced, right?
Advanced band?
Yeah. You guys get to go to Disneyland?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
So that trip, I was in advanced orchestra. That trip was probably one of the best trips I've gone on in a while.
It's a lot of good memories, but then it's a lot of just like bullshit just going on.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like
a lot of bullshit happened on that trip.
It's not like shit that's gonna like affect you like in your life, but like it's just like
Mr. Reed almost destroyed me.
Oh, for not playing your scales.
Well, that too. But on the Disney trip.
Oh yeah. Whatever.
Some kid with the same name as me.
Brian.
No, Ryan.
Oh.
Last name, don't say it. But like, his dad was the math teacher.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so him and like some other people left the park and were like going back to the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is obvious. Like, yeah, we're what 12 years old.
The fuck are you doing?
Completely not okay, right? Or safety wise, I'm sure they were fine, but like, they were like, if you leave the park, like you're done. Like don't leave the fucking park, guys. And he left the park, and everyone's like, dude, Ryan left the park. Where's Ryan? Like people are saying to other teachers, like Ryan left the park.
Oh no.
The other Ryan was an orchestra, so there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Like no one knew. Like our teachers didn't know there were two different Ryans. So my band teacher's hearing this. He's like, Ryan left the fucking park? He's like, get over here right now. People are like, Ryan, you need to go to the front. Mr. Reed's like asking for you.
That's
and I get there, and he's like, why did you just wait? Weren't you just? Didn't you just leave the park? Why are you coming out of the park? I was like, I never left the park. And
what are you talking about?
They just told me Ryan left the park. I'm like, there's two different Ryans. And he's like, oh my god, I almost killed you. I was like, dude, Mr. Reed was something else, dude.
Dude, Mr. Reed
we got some stories.
Mr. Reed was like, kind of like, not a pudgy, but he was a little bit fat. He was bald to
Homer Simpson.
Whoa.
Alright, go back.
This band director would just like, he would just throw stuff at people. Like he would just throw like hacky sacks. He would get so mad at Ryan.
So pissed.
He'd get so mad at people not playing their scales. Just like it's like
I didn't give a shit. I low-key wanted to be back on trumpet, but I was on French horn.
Yeah.
And like I just first of all, my parents hated me playing in the house. So like where the fuck am I gonna play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't really feel comfortable practicing my scales. I didn't really give a fuck anyway. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, but he would get so pissed. He was like, play the fucking scale. I was like, I don't fucking know how to play it.
What about you, Kyle? What was your...
You were in orchestra?
You know, orchestra was one of those things that through 6th to 8th grade throughout middle school, orchestra was one of the, I loved orchestra.
Was it chill? Was it like chill?
It was chill, but like our director, she was probably arguably one of the best. Like, if I had to rate teachers,
your favorite?
She was cool.
She was cool. She was very.
What did you play?
I played viola. So we have like, I had to rent my own viola, right? And basically what happened was I was like 6th grade, horrendous. It was bad.
Like most people though. Most people.
But then,
in the city. Beginning band is what everyone.
You always start somewhere. You know?
I was playing like. By advance, I was playing songs that I recognized the tone of the music.
Yeah.
And like I would play the thing on the viola. She taught us how to shift. She taught us the notes. She taught us everything. And like our concerts were pretty decent because I remember this one concert. I think it was our winter concert where.
Is that a feather? Where did the fuck did that come from?
Came from the flag.
But we had this one winter concert, and it was basically where we had this music piece, and it was like we stopped playing, but then we would come back in, and we'd have like a rest beat in between them. Mm-hmm. So we were doing this concert, and we're playing. We stop. The audience thinks it's over.
They start clapping. That's the most annoying thing.
And then everyone is like, whoa, we're not done yet. Like we're acting like it's done. Then
the beat switch.
We just came in and we just finished the song and like
fire.
Concert was orchestra concerts. I love.
We had some good programs at.
Yeah. Fertitta had some.
Did you still do orchestra in high school? No.
No.
Or did you quote unquote still do it?
I did freshman year, and then just lost the love for
you lost the passion for it.
And then I could probably pick up a viola and play some notes. I wouldn't say I'm as good as I was in advanced, like obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I would say 6th to 8th grade orchestra was probably one of the best programs that I did.
Yeah, overall middle school was just a vibe.
Yeah, middle school kind of felt like a dream though.
Yeah.
Like,
middle school was
it felt like a I don't know, like everything was happening at this like at one point. It's like 7 a.m. Kids are fucking like going crazy.
Mm-hmm. And like the progression.
Some fucking communist kid is talking about his manifesto. You don't know what's going on. Like
the progression of the rules from 6th to 8th grade were insane.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember
we had like
we would go into the lunchroom. We wouldn't be able to use our phones at all.
Yeah, like middle
Which
school
is
was
bullshit.
Middle school was surprisingly like more like really strict compared to like other because I see some Lawrence kids like I remember coming into high school, and I just felt like. I feel like these kids came out of a zoo. Like these kids just acted different. They acted different. They acted weird. Like
what was happening at Lawrence Middle School?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but you guys suck. I'm sorry. You guys are fucking.
I've never kids from Lawrence are just a different breed, dude. Like there was something in the water, but we had from some strict ass.
We had
the Fertitta 15.
We had a list. We had a specific list of rules that we had to follow. If not, you get in trouble.
I remember one of them was we had to stand while we spoke.
Number 9, never cut in line. That's what I call. That's the best one.
Because like, do you not have block schedule now?
What? They have block?
They have block schedule.
Is that what we have?
That
in high school.
That's what you guys have, but they do it. They do this weird thing. It's like 6 classes, and it's like I can't even like. My brother goes like
we had a block schedule in
he went to Fertitta and
in our last year.
That's right.
The way that he explained it, I looked at their schedule. I was like, "What am I? What am I seeing?"
It was just way too complicated.
It made no sense.
Yeah,
you still have 6 classes, and you go from 6. You have a block schedule for 6 classes. It kind of makes no sense because you just have 3 and then 3 and then 3 again, and like they mix up the class.
That's 9,
dude. No, like they'd have 3 of one, 3 of 3,
3
of another class, 3 of the same thing. That was
the next day. Yeah.
It was weird.
Oh, okay.
And
but, interesting.
You can go.
It was, and like the one part that pissed me off was like when we left middle school, all the 8th graders they got Chromebooks, bro.
That is so stupid.
To keep?
Yeah, no, just to use.
They got
how
they got touchscreen Chromebooks, bro. And
bro.
as we were in 8th grade, we were like, okay, so we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna know it changes. We then hear
there's so many changes.
There was like an announcement.
They got rid of the dress code.
Yeah. By the way, did you guys?
Did they legit?
Did you have to get?
They got.
By the way, we had a fucking dress code for some reason. We have like uniforms. We're 12 years old. How is this gonna change?
They got rid of it.
Wow.
And they got rid of the lanyards around the neck.
Those were so stupid.
Yeah, that was so dumb. You got detention if you didn't have your little fucking lanyard.
I forgot my lanyard. I forgot my lanyard one time. I was gonna get a spiced chicken sandwich. I always had the same lunch order. It'd be a spiced chicken sandwich, Powerade, and like 5 cookies.
Okay.
I forget my lanyard one day. Go to the top lunch table.
It was so stupid.
Pizza, bro.
It was so stupid.
I am about to throw hands with that pizza. It was so bad.
It was Papa John's.
Dude,
Dude,
It was not
I've never
Papa
seen
John.
a bigger
I
lie
ain't
in
seen
my
no
life.
Papa John
Bro.
pizza in there ever.
Dude.
But okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
Just so you guys know, we had to wear. So in Fertitta, we had dress codes. It was really straight. We had rules we had to follow, but we also had lanyards with ID cards.
Yep.
As if like we're getting like tagged for some reason, like
Yeah.
so like I don't know. It was just stupid. It was a really weird like. It was just a really.
In
It's
case
a,
the uniform didn't tell you that we're supposed to be on
You'd
campus.
have-
like, you'd have to have an ID card, a uniform.
had
Like,
to
are we in the
warn-
fucking military or
Yeah.
are we in middle school?
Are
Like,
random ass
had to wear
kids showing up and you guys like what?
I'm just trying to remember what a noun is. I'm not trying to fucking
Yeah.
like. Sorry for
like
my
the
ID
whole
card.
thing was like, how are we
It was
supposed
so-
to know who belongs on campus?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Who
It's
that
in
many
your
kids are
system.
showing up?
It's in your system. Why would
Yeah.
Why would a kid secretly go to a school that he doesn't go to? Like what? Like, why
That
would
many
he do
kids are showing up unannounced.
and the way they disciplined you if you didn't bring your
it was
lanyard.
bullshit.
Like
you have to sit at a table by yourself.
the way.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we've been going for a good amount of time. The door's fine, I guess. It's I hope it's over 45 minutes. I mean, that was a pretty good length.
Yeah, I think it is.
That was good for us for the first episode. I think. Are we? I think we're all pretty happy with how that went. So yeah, we'll definitely be back with more. You might notice some choppy cuts in the middle, just like the camera we're using right now doesn't like to record just on a whim. I think it overheats or shit like that. Doesn't like it, whatever. But yeah, hopefully this is entertaining for you guys. We'll definitely be back with more, and we just want to say thank you for watching.
Yep.
3 Guys, 1 Couch.
Yep.
And
Elise Lemson.
Ryan.
Kyle,
We'll
make sure
Yes.
to follow our Instagram.
Yep. Like.
Hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button.
Like, do all that stuff.
all of that shit.
We're trying.
Give us money.
We're trying.
All of it.
To do
Give
this.
me all of your money.
We'll see.
I want all of it.
That's a good outro.
Wow. That was it.
That was so fun. That was
That
so
was
fun.
good, dude.